One of the biggest stumbling blocks that I see therapeutically with people is that they tend to blame the external for the way that they feel internally. That they wait for the external circumstances or conditions to change before they allow themselves to feel good internally. We can't always change the external circumstances or conditions of our lives, but we can change the way that we view those things, the lens that we look at them through. We can change our thoughts, and a collection of thoughts develops an attitude or perspective that can drastically improve our emotional well-being. So perspective is very, very powerful. When we find ourselves at those times in our lives where we cannot change the conditions, we can't change our position, then we have to learn to change the way that we view what's going on in our lives. The mind will sometimes lie to us. It will misinterpret things, which will then negatively impact our emotional well-being. It will tell us things like, you're not where you're supposed to be. You're not where you're supposed to be at in this moment. If you're at home, it'll tell you should be out around people. Then you go out around people and your mind will tell you should be back at home. You could be in a relationship and it'll tell you should be single. So then you get single and your mind will tell you should be back in a relationship. And you're jumping from one foot to the next. The mind will tell you you're not where you're supposed to be at in life in general. At this age, you should be at a different stage. You should have X number of dollars in the bank. You should have this career. You should own your own home. You should have this amount in your retirement. Because expectations that were imposed upon you or that you have adopted don't match your perception of your reality, you develop a resentment, because unrealistic expectations can lead to resentments. So we have to be careful with those type of expectations that we impose upon ourselves. We have to watch that thought of you're not where you're supposed to be at. We have to switch it and tell ourselves, affirm, use it almost as a mantra that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at in this moment. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at in life. That this is a journey. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Now, there are times where we can change the conditions, the circumstances of our lives. And we should be making changes in order to cultivate a healthier lifestyle. It's a fallacy to think that you can't practice acceptance while also moving in the direction of your goals. You can do both. You can move in the direction of your goals while also accepting where you're at in the stages of change. You're exactly where you're supposed to be at in the process of change. So you tell yourself, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I keep this perspective close to me, the present moment exposed to me. This is the foundation, one of the fundamentals of mindfulness, is to be able to rest in the moment, practicing acceptance for everything that's happening exactly as it is, can alleviate certain symptoms, mental health symptoms, and bring peace. There are tricks that I utilize when I'm adopting this perspective to help me tell myself I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at. One of those tricks is to remember that things are going to play out one of two ways. Either things are going to unfold in a way that is going to benefit me, which is good, or things are going to unfold in a way that's going to teach me something, which will strengthen me, which it will benefit me, which is good. So either way, it's going to be all good. Either it's going to play out good, or it's going to teach me something which will strengthen me, which will be good. So then if it's all good either way, then it helps me rest exactly where I'm at and quit tripping. I don't need to worry. I don't need to manipulate. I don't need to control. I just need to get on board and accept. I just need to extract the lesson, right? The latter, the teaching, the strengthening, the growing, that's usually a phase that we're trying to escape from because it can be very uncomfortable. But it helps to remember that I'm going to extract a lesson, that I'm going to utilize my tools, that I'm going to grow through this, that there will be a prize on the other side. That helps me relax and quit struggling when I know that there's a purpose embedded in the pain. It's not that I'm going to be able to avoid the pain, but the way in which I approach my relationship with the pain all drastically changes. So what I'm saying is to practice telling yourself over and over and over again, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at in this moment. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at in life in general. Things are going to unfold in a way that's either going to benefit me or teach me something which will then benefit me. So either way, it's going to be all good. Timber approves this message. Here we go. My mind keeps racing. There's always something. I can't get a break. Leave me alone. You weren't enough. I can't trust anyone. Let him in. Such a screw up. I'm gonna die. Don't tell him. No one sees me. People don't forget. They won't understand. I don't. They've already judged. I'm not gonna stop. Just so sad. Energy. I hate. I just want to die. I feel so nervous. Just one more time. I always see something done. Everyone is so incompetent. So alone. I don't believe in it. I just want this to stop. Why am I like this? I'm just so angry. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Everything's gonna be okay. You're exactly where you're supposed to be.